Only on Fox tonight, it's a tragic story out of Inman. It continues to develop, and tonight we are sitting down with a family who pulled their loved one out of the Oak Ridge Community Care Home after they say they saw firsthand the terrible living conditions residents experienced there. Now, if you've been following this story with us, you know by now the home was shut down by DHEC this week, and the owner, 58-year-old Daryl Mast, who you see here, is charged with neglect and exploitation of those elderly residents he was supposed to be caring for. Mast is behind bars in the Spartanburg County Detention Center tonight.
Fox Carolina's Matt Kaufax spoke this afternoon with the family of 71-year-old Samuel Wallace, who say they were able to get him moved to another facility 2 months ago and that it couldn't have come soon enough.
He's live outside the DHEC offices in Greenville with more of their story tonight.
Cody, Tori, we really knew that there was a lot going on here, but it's through the accounts of families like the one you're about to hear from that we got a better picture of just how bad things were under Daryl Mast at Oak Ridge 1, all the way before DHEC tried to shut them down or is suspending them as we speak. We spoke with them tonight. The family says they don't understand how this facility was allowed to operate for this long.
We had to put him in the nursing home, so he was taken care of.
Alma Bird says her brother Sam suffers from depression and mental illness, and that as she got older, she realized she needed help continuing to care for him. So in 2014, she says DSS helped her place him in Oak Ridge Community Care Home. But she told us she had no idea what her family was in store for.
I went to visit Sam one day, and they said, he's in the hospital. And I said, how long has he been in the hospital? They went and checked. Oh, he's been in there 7 days.
That was the first time, but she says it was recurring.
One time he went to hospital 3 times in 1 week. The hospital was always calling me. Why's your brother here? We have Samuel here. So I got fed up with it, and then that's when I reported them to DHEC.
Fox Carolina was able to obtain a Freedom of Information request Alma and the family sent to DHEC, which shows an official complaint lodged back in December 2019. The case was closed in February of 2020 after DHEC found 58-year-old Daryl Mast and Oak Ridge 1 violated regulations by repeatedly not notifying the family when Samuel was sent to the hospital. DHEC also found Oak Ridge was not correctly administering prescribed medications to Sam either.
That's why I asked DHEC, what are y'all doing? How are you passing the? How are you giving them license to operate this place?
Alma says the hospital visits were just the tip of the iceberg.
You could see where urine probably had dried.
She says every time she went to visit her brother, things seemingly got worse. Bed bugs, lice, and filth were everywhere.
Looking at the patients doing the work, emptying the trash can, taking stuff to the dumpster and mopping and...
In the report from the SCAG's office, prosecutors mention Mast put residents to work around the property. Alma says Samuel may very well have been one of them. Her brother now resides in another facility in Spartanburg, but she says her heart goes out to those people who were evacuated this week.
I'm not surprised.
She says it's a relief that people are finally getting the care they need, but adds she believes Daryl Mast was allowed to operate for far too long.
Do you think they did enough to follow up with him?
No, I do not.
Now that is the $66,000 question. Why was the license of Daryl Mast and Oak Ridge not revoked sooner? Why were they allowed to continue operating, even though additional reports we obtained from DHEC show complaints, 38 in total, and they're dating violations as well, dating all the way back to 2016. We are still waiting on answers from DHEC and are continuing to work with the department to get those to you in the community. Now, families like Alma say they just want some accountability and responsibility for what happened. In Greenville tonight, Matt Kaufax, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.